Okay, Tuesday night. We got arms. It is late. I figured let's try to go kind of late because then maybe we'll miss some of the craziness. Probably not. It's probably still going to be full, but that's all right. Yeah. I'm still pretty good. I'm tired today. I think the calorie deficit is definitely weighing on me a little bit. I'm definitely a little bit tired more often, a little bit tired easier. So, yeah, we're gonna get in there. I didn't weigh myself today, but I think I'm down pretty far. So we only got a couple more pounds to go, and then we'll be done, and we could start getting big again. I think we're gonna do whatever I did last time. Some plate-loaded preacher curls, some push downs, stuff like that. Easy stuff. Nothing too hard. It's arm day. Arm days, like, they're hard, but, you know, you're never going to be, like, you know, completely out of breath on an arm day. So, yeah. I don't got much else. I think we'll get in there, get to work, and get out. So, all right, we'll just cut to some. I think we're starting with push downs today. So, we'll move to that. Okay, so I didn't video a single thing in there. It was ridiculously packed. So my plan did not work. It was almost more packed than when I go at 5:30. So I didn't get any video. But it was a very good arm day. And also, these videos, they're not about the workouts, you know? You got topics at the end. But the issue with that is I didn't think of any. So I don't know what the so is. I just don't know. Maybe it'll come to me. I'll just keep talking and eventually it'll come to me. But I did arms. It was a good arm day. It was a great arm day, actually. But, you know, we didn't get anything. Which is okay. You know, if you are going to go to a commercial gym that's an open gym and it's going to be, like, it's cheap and it's affordable, that's how it's going to be. Like, it's going to be packed. You know, you just have to live with that. And, you know, sometimes you're not going to be able to video. And that's okay. That's totally fine. I am the one who is in the way here. Like, I'm the one inconveniencing other people. They aren't inconveniencing me, right? Because everyone's just there to work out. I'm just adding extra shit on. So, like, I am in the way. So I'm not going to get all, you know, humbug about it. So, all in all, though, good workout. I was, you know, it was a little bit of a bummer that I didn't really get to make any video because it was a good workout and I took, you know, everything to relative failure and I worked hard. So, but I'm happy that I worked hard, right? Like, you know, I think it's easy to get like, oh, I didn't get a video of that. Oh, you still did it. Like, you're supposed to be happy that you did it. But, yeah. Anyways. I think the last video I talked, it got a little bit like, you know, negative, which I think was a necessary thing. Like, you know, there's a lot of people who just kind of lie to themselves and make up a bunch of different excuses, myself included. I'm great at making excuses for myself, and everyone is. except for my mom. My mom just, I don't know, she just has no procrastinating bone in her body. But, you know, yeah, I think, you know, it got negative. And there's time, like, yes, like, you know, you gotta stop making excuses for yourself. You gotta stop killing your own motivation. And like, you are your motivator. Like, you create your motivation, you create your own motivation, you create your own discipline, and you feed your motivation with discipline, right? And I think a lot of people, they associate motivation with like negative things, right? I'm motivated right now because this happened in my life, because my girlfriend broke up with me, because someone made fun of me when I was little. And yeah, those are great motivators, and you know, they do work, but I think one people often miss is positive motivators, right? Because with the negative motivators, you get all this, and then a lot of times, you know, people achieve what they were trying to get to, but it doesn't, like, you used all that negative energy to do that. So it doesn't, to me, it just doesn't feel as good, right? Whereas if I'm like positively, like, I have a positive motivation. Let's say it's, my positive motivation is, you know, you get a girlfriend and you want to look as good as you can for her, right? That's what I would say is a positive one, right? It doesn't have to be a girlfriend or a boyfriend or anything like that. It just, find something positive to motivate yourself, right? Like, that is a lot harder to do, which is interesting, because it's not interesting though, but it makes sense, because, you know, as a society, we kind of just, you know, we jump to the negative thing. We always jump to the negative. We don't look at the positive side naturally. A lot of people don't, right? And I think the times that I have achieved something and it had been a positive motivation to begin with are the times it feels so much better. And those are also the times where you're so much less likely to burn out, right? Because if you're just like positively influencing yourself a lot, like over and over again, telling yourself you did a good job, being happy with the session. Maybe there were a couple things that went a little bit wrong, but you still got in there and you still did the work and you still worked hard. That, longevity wise, is going to keep you going so much longer. Like, it's going to keep you motivated in a much more healthy way. And I think when it gets negative, when you're like, oh, I don't look good enough, I'm not working hard enough, I need to, you know, this isn't good enough, I need to get better. Okay, it is a motivator, but you're feeding this negative energy into yourself, and eventually, like, you just kind of get tired of it, right? And you get burnt out, and you're like, oh, I just feel so crappy all the time, and maybe I'm not seeing this progression as quick as I want to. And, you know, if you are positive, you're like, okay, I'm not seeing this exactly where I want to, but hey, maybe a few things like this happened, and like, I'm still working really hard, and we're still making progress, right? We're still making a little bit of progress. Find the little things, right? If you're not making progress in your weight, maybe you're making progress in the streak of how many days you've tracked your food in a row, right? Like, if I tracked my food 15 days in a row, maybe I didn't lose as much as I wanted to, but you've never tracked your food 15 days in a row. Like, you still lost weight. You're still making progress, right? It might not be as fast, but you're still making that progress. You need to tell yourself, be positive. Tell yourself, good job. Like, there's so many people now that are just like, you can't be content with, you can't just be, you know, there's all this negative stuff. Like, you need to do this. You're not working hard enough. And it's like, sometimes, a lot of the times, you know, if you are really motivated and you are really disciplined and you are staying to it, you are working hard, right? And tell yourself, hey, you're doing a good job. You are doing so much better than me 5 months ago, right? compare yourself to yourself too. That's the other thing. The comparison is the thief of joy, right? You're comparing yourself to how fast this dude made a transformation, how fast this dude made a transformation, how fast this girl grew a giant butt. Like, first of all, a lot of that is a lie. It's not happening that quick. Second of all, it's genetic. A lot of it is genetic. And like, some people's ability to put on muscle, to put on pounds, to lose weight is going to be genetically better than you. And that's okay. Work at your own pace. Like, you're competing against yourself. If you're going to the gym for a reason to like lose weight, right? You're going to just better yourself. You're competing against yourself. You're not competing against all these other people on social media, right? You are competing to the person that you were 5 months ago, the person that you were 2 years ago. That's who you're competing against. Not all these other people on social media who are telling you to do one thing, saying they did this in a certain amount of time and it got them this, right? Compete against yourself. Look at your own progress. No one else. Like, you don't need to bring in how fast other people are doing it. Focus on yourself. Just keep working on that. And you'll see results. If you are working hard and you are doing the right things and you're staying disciplined, you're going to see the results. It doesn't, like, just trust the process. That's kind of what I'm getting at here. Trusting the process. And, you know, it sucks. Like, I've been weightlifting for, you know, a good amount of time. And right now, like, I've been doing so much mobility and so much technique work and stuff, like trying to tweak little things and all these little things that are wrong. And I'm seeing other people lift kind of heavy and catching up to kind of what my numbers were. And I get in my head and I'm like, I need to start going faster. But no, like, I just need to trust the process. And I look at the way I was moving 5 months ago and the way I was feeling after every lift 5 months ago versus now, it's 10 times better. Like, if it's 10 times better now, how many times better is it going to be in another 5 months, right? Trust the process. Be patient. I don't know, that was kind of a long one. It's going to be, I can make a long one because I didn't get any video of me working out. But I will say the workout was good. I definitely went. No, I didn't. But, yeah. That's pretty much it. Maybe have a video tomorrow. We'll see. Depends on what's going on. I will. I'll try to make a video tomorrow. All right. Well, that's about it. Tomorrow's Oli day, clean and jerks. So, yeah. Think about it. Trust the process. That'll be the title. Trust the process. Trusting the process. All right.